My age has become an issue. I want to thank each and every one of you for not bringing it up as an issue. With that said, there is one individual in here who I'm not going to name because I don't want to embarrass him. For sake of this conversation, let's just say he's player X. He constantly refers to me as old timer. Hey, old timer. Awful tight sleeves you got on there. Is that difficult to get into, or is that your why workout plan? Then he tells me, you know, when you're sitting in a chair with your eyes closed, you really should wear sunglasses so the rest of us don't think you're sleeping. You know what, Coach? I'm going to get you a pair of sunglasses. I'm going to get you a pair of Oakleys. Beautiful. Next day he walks in. Here's the Oakleys he gives me so that you guys don't think I'm sleeping at night. All right? And you probably think the coaching staff doesn't do anything like that. I got an article from him. I'll read the note. Interesting article. Figured you'd want to give it a read. Love? Coach, I'm not going to tell you who it is. I don't want to embarrass him. You know what the headline was? Wearing adult diapers or padded underwear is no longer necessary. You know, guys, I don't feel old. But I don't feel anything until noon, then it's my nap time. My doctor told me an indicator of getting old for an adult my age is if you sit on a toilet and your testicles hit water, you're getting old. This fall, I'm hitting ground balls. Coach Potter walks by and says, Coach Steve, that the best you got? Those balls wouldn't bruise a baby. That hurt. It's because I'm old, I think. Then I'm sitting at home, minding my own business. Get a phone call. Hey, some of the players are down here watching a high school game because we've got to maintain the field. Why don't you come down? So I come down. In the middle of the game, Coach Potter says, Mark, order us a pizza. Mark said, okay, what size? Or what should I get? He said, well, get a large one with pepperoni and cheese, and get a small one for Coach C with pepperoni, cheese, and Metamucil. I want to thank you, Mark. The next day I had a great bowel movement. You know, guys, you guys get up in the morning and take a whiz, it's a normal activity. I get up in the morning, stand in front of the toilet, piss on my slippers for 10 minutes. I was at church with my son and daughter and their family. And I tell them, hey, I just passed a silent fart. What should I do next? They said, well, the first thing you should do, Dad, is change the battery in your hearing aid. I saw an attractive woman walking down my street. My pacemaker opened up my garage door. If a woman was to ask me, Coach C, let's go upstairs and have some fun, I gotta tell her, I can't do both. Listen, with age comes some memories. My happiest memories was the 3 years I spent in the 10th grade. That was a joke, guys. At that time, this is the truth. You can get on those silly machines that you can't live without and Google this. At the time, Russia had an atomic bomb, we had an atomic bomb, and they were concerned that Russia was going to bomb us. Here's what they told us. You're in class, get on your hands and knees, crawl under your desk, draw your knees to your shoulders. What they forgot to tell us was, and kiss your butt goodbye. when I'm confronted, and I am confronted with, when are you going to leave the game? I've told Coach Potter, and I told Coach Knight, he's my boss at the high school. I said, coaches, I will never embarrass myself, and I will never embarrass the program. And when that happens, that's when I'll leave. Last year I told you it's not only the game I love, it's what the game represents. This game is so embedded in this country's culture. When someone messes up, what do they say? He struck out. When someone does extremely well, boy, she hit a home run on that one. But the one I'm most proud of is when you want somebody to take responsibility or accountability, what do they say? Step up to the plate. That's what this game is all about. It's a game where a man is told, you got a disease that we can't cure and you're going to die. That guy got up in front of 57,000 people at Yankee Stadium and said, today I'm the luckiest man alive. You know what his next line was? Because I got to play with guys like this. It's a game that told this country, you judge a man based on his ability to play, not the color of his skin. When Jackie Robinson got to the show, his teammates started a petition. I ain't gonna play with him. When it got to the captain, a kid from Kentucky, he looked at it and said, I'm not signing this. This kid can play. He's gonna make us a winner. And you would think, situation over. But no, the rest of the league started a petition saying, I'm not gonna play against him. You know what the commissioner told him? Fine, you won't play in this league. And if I have to, I'll shut down the league. That's what this game is all about. It's a game where one of my son's friends, a minor leaguer, is asked, what do you want from this game? And the kid says, I don't want anything from the game. All I want to do is be able to come to work hard, get better, and make no excuses. The point is, every time you point to someone else or something else as the reason you're not successful, just remember, 3 fingers are pointing back at you. That kid's name was Cal Ripken. Baseball's like life, guys. It's not easy, and it's not fair. Once you figure that out, then it becomes fun. Baseball is a classic example of competition. Competition creates unequal results based on merit. Happiness? True happiness is earned. Baseball demands you earn happiness. I want to read this because I don't want to mess it up. The secret of success is consistency to purpose that lies within you. And what lies ahead has very little importance when it is compared to what lies within you. Focus on the present and the future. Operate out of your imagination, not your memory. And above all, believe in yourself. Let me tell you a story. Little League World Series, 1957. A team from Mexico, Monterrey, Mexico, comes down. And all the experts, well, they won't be here long. They're starting pitchers, 5'0". Well, they stayed there a long time. They won it all. And that 5'0" pitcher pitched a perfect game because those kids played to their expectations, not somebody else's. Just internalize that and remember that. It's what's in you. You need to believe in yourself. Tommy Lasorda said, there's 3 types of ball players. Those that make something happen, those that watch something happen, and those that just doesn't understand what just happened. So with that, today and tonight, ask yourself, why do I play this game? What kind of player do I want to be? And when it's over with, what do I want people to say about me? I've been in every level clubhouse the game has to offer. The Show, Baltimore, Atlanta Braves. All the way down to modified baseball. And the one thing that impresses me is the consistency of character that walks through that door. It's a game that proves character does matter. They say you show true character when no one's looking. Baseball demands you demonstrate character when everybody's looking. Baseball demands you learn how to deal with failure. The thing I love about this game, you get 10, I get 8, you win, I lose. We don't redistribute runs so that we both have 9 and we're both losers. One of the things you got to remember, guys, is you're going to fail at this game. And how you deal with it is significant. Everybody remembers Babe Ruth hit 714 home runs. You know how many times he struck out? 1,330. Nobody remembers that. That's just striking out. So always say to yourself, failure is nothing more than successfully finding out what I don't want to repeat. Guys, you got to understand something. Winning is important. There is no substitute for victory, none. If you want to win, then you have to determine how you're going to go about it. And one of the ways you're going to go about it is the desire to win demands the desire to work hard. Working hard does not guarantee you're going to be successful. But not working hard guarantees you're going to lose. Somebody else is working harder and he's going to beat you. You all know how I spell fun. W-I-N. Let me tell you how you get to the point where you're really having fun. You start with your coaching staff. Coach Potter is one of the best coaches in the country. The coaching staff he's brought over here, Coach Kruger, quit a head coaching job to come here. Coach Locke, that kid was a gamer. He worked hard in practice and in a ball game. And you could count on him. Coach Arnold, well, he's just in the Wellsville Hall of Fame. Coach Ham, awarded Best Relief Pitcher in New Jersey Athletic Conference League. Named the New Jersey College Baseball Association D1, D3 All-Star Team. When I met him, he never once said that. You know what he talked about? He talked about the one kid he could never get out. You know what that tells you? He understands the game. He told me he's going to be one great coach. And now that I've watched him for weeks, I was right. He knows the game. And he wants you to win. That's why he works you hard. Coach Potter, you must say to yourself, how come he works us so hard? Let me tell you where he got his work ethics. You know what he was doing when he was 12 years old? He was a roofer and a painter for his grandfather's company. One day his grandfather said, go over there and clean that mess up. Well, when he went over and cleaned it up, guess what? He irritated a ton of bees. And they just kept stinging him, to where his knee got as big as a watermelon. He's 12 years old. His grandpa, I want to go home. You know his grandfather told him? Why? All you're going to do is sit there and feel sorry for yourself. We work until 5 o'clock. That's where he got his work ethics. He played for me. He loved that left center field gap. But he was one of the smartest baseball players I ever coached. And he walked through hell for his team. And he'll walk through hell for you. This fall, BP, one of you struggled in round 2. And he just ripped the kid. And the kid was a man, took it, walked away. Now I'm standing next to him. And he turns to me, he says, Coach C, see that kid? He's going to be pretty good. And our job is to make him better. So when he yells, or he gets on you, he's telling you, you can be better. He was in pro ball, AAA, caught some major league pitching. Went to California, went to Minnesota, coached Division II kids. He knows how this game is supposed to be played. You know, a lot of people talk about team chemistry. It's pretty simple. It's not about you. It's about us. I've coached 28 kids who went on to play pro ball. One made it to the show. But you know the kids I remember? I remember a bullpen catcher here for 4 years. Worked as hard as any other kid on the club. I'll remember that kid. I'll remember the kid that pleaded with the manager of Geneva when we were in the Northeast Collegiate League. Please put me on the team. And he told him, I only carry Division I kids. You're not going to play. And then he said, I tell you what, I'll give you a uniform. You can come to every game. You can come to every practice. You can do whatever you want, but you're not going to play. That kid came to every practice, every game, sat on a bus, and went on road trips. Now we're in the World Series, which we were not supposed to get to. That's an additional week. The league's supposed to be done. You're supposed to have lost. And Division I schools calling us saying, hey, send back so-and-so, send back so-and-so. Who do you think scored the winning run that won us a ring? That kid, as a pinch runner, scored from second base on a single. Those are the kids I'm going to remember. I'm going to remember a kid that was a Empire 8 All-Star catcher. New coach comes in, brings in 3 of his ball players. Puts this All-Star catcher out in left field. Kid never said a word. Not a word. All he did is become left field All-Star for the Empire 8s. You just gotta love guys like that. One of the things I want you to understand is Coach Potter comes from a baseball background. His grandfather pitched against Whitey Ford. Get on those silly machines that you can't live without and go find out who Whitey Ford is. All right, let's talk a little about respect for the game. You respect the game by how you wear that uniform. You're a unique group of people. You are baseball players. Just stop and think, how many kids did you play Little League with? And how many of them are sitting in a college classroom listening to a college coach tell them within 4 or 5 days you're going to be on an airplane playing college baseball? That's an honor. So wear the uniform with respect. Hat square, shirt tucked in, belt on right, And how it's on right is the loop is supposed to line up with the fly. By the way, you don't do that with the Atlanta Braves, you get fined. You need to understand there are people, little kids, look to you as role models. You come out of that clubhouse, hat like this, shirt on top, that sends a message. Guys, I don't want you to think about winning a national championship. What I want you to think about is focusing on today's game. Win today's game. Play the game with excellence. Do the little things right. Middle infield. Give your outfielders what pitch is coming. That's a little thing. Do it right. If you do the little things right, all the big things will take care of themselves. Play the game. Pitch at a time, an out at a time, an inning at a time. And once that pitch is done, forget it. You did great, fine. You messed up, fine, forget it. You know, guys, sometimes you don't know the value of a moment that creates tomorrow's memories. Life is not about the breath you take that allows you to enjoy this moment. Life's about the moments that take your breath away. This game will give you countless amount of opportunity for breathless moments, and they will live in your soul forever. All right. No leader would ever tell his or her people to do something they're not willing to do. So, why do I coach? I coach because it gives me an opportunity to teach life lessons through baseball. I coach because it gives me an opportunity to tell players how to deal with adversity. Adversity demands perseverance. Perseverance demands character, and character always has hope. I coach because there was a kid in the dugout, rookie, you call them freshmen, I call them rookies. And I'm talking to him about how to see the ball. So I never tried that. Okay, I'm going to do that my next at bat. But next at bat, it's a double in the gap. Gets to second base, and because it was an inter-squad scrimmage, he can do this. Coach C, that's all you. That's why I coach. I'm in a restaurant. A woman comes up to me. Are you Coach Cerami? Yes. I want you to know, my son did not quit high school because of you and baseball. And I was sitting in her son's restaurant. That's why I coach. I'm sitting in the dugout, captain walks by, this happened years ago. I'm talking to a rookie, walks by and says, whatever he's telling you, whatever Coach C is saying, you better listen. He knows what he's talking about, and he made me the ball player I am today. That's why I coach. Lastly, I look out here, I don't see just baseball players. Based on the kids I've coached before you, I see coaches, I see teachers. I see firemen, policemen, a doctor, not quite yet, about 2 years away. I see a nurse, I see lawyers. I see America's future. You guys. That's why I coach. What kind of coach do I want to be? I want to be a coach that takes good athletes and make them better baseball players. By teaching them the proper way to play the game and making it a positive experience. That's the type of coach I want to be. And when it's over, what do I want people to say? That's easy. He was a hell of a coach and a hell of a man. Let me tell you a story about a kid born with a cleft palate. That's like a hair lip, causes speech impediment. In the 8th grade, his teacher, a nun, told his parents in front of the kid, if he gets to drive a garbage truck for the city because of the speech impediment, consider him successful. Senior year of high school, his mom has been in the hospital for most of that year. The night before she was supposed to come home, she died. This kid's father's lawyer says, don't worry about it. We're going to go to the hospital and we're going to negotiate. We're going to offer them 10 cents on the dollar. They're going to counter 50 cents on the dollar. All you have to do is plead bankruptcy. Kid's father said, I'm not going to do that. I got too much pride. And besides that, when my wife asked for an aspirin, they give her half an aspirin, they give her a whole aspirin. So what does the kid say? You know what? I'm going to go into the service, guaranteed money, and I'll send most of it home to you so my younger brother and sister can eat or enjoy life. Gets out of the service, goes into corporate America, and they tell him, you're never going to be successful here because you don't have a degree. He retired as a direct report to a vice president of IT. Now, what did that kid have that all these people didn't understand? That kid believed in himself, and he played to his expectations, not theirs. Remember those kids in the Little League? Same idea. Now you're saying to yourself, what in the world has this got to do with us? You know this kid. I'm that kid, and I believe in you. But you know what? That's not important. What's important is what you believe. Let's get back to the age issue. Guys, you're not old until regrets replace your dreams. I've been blessed with 2 great kids who married 2 great kids. And they gave me 5 fantastic grandkids. Any man that God blesses like that has no regrets. But I got a dream. My dream is to be associated with one more organization that wins a ring. So my hope at the last game of the year, one of you is on the bottom of the pile celebrating. Remember how I spell fun? Go out and have fun. Go out and win yourself a ring. Go out and create those priceless moments. Last thing. I want to thank Coach Potter. And I want to thank each and every one of you. You give me a reason to get up in the morning, and you keep me young. And if you have positive memories of me, I'll never die. So go out there and have fun. God bless you, and I love you.